Welcome to another taping of Good Work, the Bethel Park Chamber of Commerce. I'm Mayor Jack Allen, and today our episode starts off at the residence on Logan, and then we will be at Evie's True Value Hardware. Okay, today we're with Rachel. She's the activities director here at the residence on Logan. And Rachel, how long has this been at this location?
We've been here since about April or May. I've been here about 2 months. Feels like home to me already. It's a great building, and a lot of the people actually say, oh yeah, I used to go to school here. Oh yeah, my kids went to school there. So it's really well known in the community, which makes it kind of cool.
Yeah, I was actually telling one of the residents that my youngest daughter was the last class at Logan School.
So now you're showing your age too, huh?
Oh yes, oh yes. Do you have any other locations, or is this a single?
Well, they're building one in Whitehall, right off of 51, but I don't know that they've necessarily broke ground for that, but I know that that's the up and coming, right down there by the high school. Okay.
And the residents that you have here, what is actually included in their program that they have?
So we do pretty much, I take any and all suggestions for the most part. There is bingo, and everyone always says, oh, an activity person does bingo. We do play bingo, but there is more than just bingo. We've gone to the movies. We're actually planning a trip to see the River City Brass. They're going to be in Upper St. Clair in March, so we're going to go there. We do exercise every morning. We have Jeopardy on Thursdays, which has become a big hit. We're going to incorporate some Name That Tune. We do painting with a twist, with or without the booze, depending on the crowd. So there's a lot that goes on in a day here. We don't just sit and play bingo.
Yeah. And what made you choose Bethel Park as a location?
Well, I just moved into the community a few months ago, and I love working with people, and doing activities is like fun. You know, I come to work and it's just like playing. So I live about 5 minutes from here, so that's a nice additive, but it's turned into my family away from my family. Like, you know, with it being a smaller area, you grow close to everybody here. So you're always concerned about the people that are here, they're concerned about you, and that's always nice. It doesn't feel like so much like a job.
Yeah. So what would be like a typical day for one of the residents?
So we start exercise at about 9, and then we usually have some sort of activity afterwards, whether it's a Jeopardy or a Name That Tune, or maybe we'll have a craft. And then we have lunch at about 12. And I let everyone know what goes on for the afternoon. We have a trivia every lunch hour. Our receptionist prints out some trivia, puts it down there in the morning, and then at lunchtime, I give the answers. On Fridays, we have a Guess the Candy game. I put candy in a jar on Mondays. On Fridays, we pull out the guests, and they win that jar of candy. That's a favorite. They let me know when that's not out. And then in the afternoon, there's usually, again, we do some sort of trivia game. We do some sort of, whether it's we go out, we do shopping. We go to the Village once a month. We go to the casino and Tanger outlets. I don't provide the money for the outlets or the casino.
Especially the casino.
Yeah, no. I mean, but I would take a partake in those if they choose to offer, because I'm the driver. So they're filled days. We do a lot here. And I know by the time I leave here, I'm tired, so I can only imagine how the residents feel.
So what is like the age for the residents here? Do you have to be a certain age?
It's 55 and older.
Okay.
So we have some younger ones, we have some older ones, but to me, you're only as old as you feel. So one day you wake up and you feel 40, awesome. The next day you wake up and you feel 80, well, that's okay. We'll get you out and you won't feel 80 by the end of the day.
Well, actually, since you told me that I was old, I'll probably be looking for another place to live in the future.
We'll be more than happy to have you. We'll be more than happy to have you.
Okay. Can you give us a tour? Show us a little bit about what you have to offer?
Yeah, we'd absolutely be glad to give you a tour.
Okay, thank you.
Sounds good.
We're in the one-bedroom unit. They also have studios here, and do you also have two-bedroom units?
We do have two-bedroom units. It's 4 floors. The dining room is on the very bottom floor. The lobby is here, technically the second floor, and then notice that the really high ceilings, some of them do lead to the parking lot. Some of them do lead to, there's a back lot also on this side. There are some patio apartments. But I've actually stayed here overnight myself doing an on-call shift, so it's really nice. I would move in if I could also.
So each of the apartments, even the studios, do they have a small kitchenette? Or?
Yes, they all have a small kitchenette. There aren't any stoves in any of the rooms, but in the activity room, there is a stove that any resident is welcome to come and use.
And if you live here, the meals, you go down to the basement.
Yes,
and
it's included.
You have 3 meals a day down there.
Yes, they are included.
So
and then
this is just like for popcorn or Pop-Tarts or something
right,
like that.
Grab and go type of stuff,
Right.
which is also what we have downstairs too. That's what they call it, is a grab and go. It's a little cooler, and they keep some sandwiches, and there's a microwave down there. They keep some hot, if you want to heat some food up that way, some fruit cups, juices, milk, that type of stuff. So if you get hungry in between meals, or you're a late nighter and you want something to eat, that's always an option too.
And that's open 24/7?
It is. It's fully stocked, yep.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
So, Rachel, this is the chapel. Can you tell me a little bit about the religious activities that you have here?
Sure. On Fridays, we have the rosary, said here by a woman that comes out from the community at 3 o'clock. And then on Thursday evenings, we have a Bible study that's led by one of our managers that this room is also used for. But outside of that, on Sunday mornings, we do provide transportation to the church of a resident's choice. All they have to do is just sign up for it.
Okay. Do you have a bus for that? Or
We do. Yes,
okay.
we do. We do have a van that holds 13 with a chair lift. And then we also have a Ford Flex that holds about 4 or 5. So depending on the need, what vehicle we take.
Okay. Okay, we're still on the 4th floor, and this is the media room. And Rachel, what type of activities do you have in this room?
So the media room is used for obviously media type purposes, but we do show movies here on Wednesday and Friday evenings. Jimmy Stewart the past few weeks have been a favorite, so we've shown those. There's a popcorn machine downstairs that's open for these movies, or you could bring your own snack. There's also, we bowl here as an activity on Wednesday afternoons, and we could do other Wii games, but bowling seems to be a favorite. We just move the chairs out. There's also the tables in the back are used for dominoes and poker. And then we have some puzzles. We have a marble chess that has been donated by someone that moved in. I mean, it's a really nice chess piece. And then there's a piano there's a few residents that would come and play the piano every once in a while.
And I noticed you all also have a piano on the first floor.
We do. They use that a lot whenever we have entertainment. That piano's there. We've had some chorus concerts for the holidays. We have some people that come in the evenings for candlelight dinners, and they use that. We just got that tuned up, so it's ready to go.
And then in the far corner, I see an exercise room.
Yes, we have a gym that quite a few of our residents use that don't show up for exercise. One of the two ladies that does show up for exercise actually comes in here first and then shows up for exercise. So there is a treadmill, there is a bike, and there are some free weights in there, a yoga mat, and a nice big TV.
We're now on the 3rd floor, and included in the 3rd floor is a game room. We have a library, and there's a beauty salon. So if Rachel, can you tell us a little bit about that? And then we'll show the folks at home exactly what it looks like.
Sure. Like you said, there's a pool table here directly behind you. The library has, most of the books have been donated by residents that have moved in, which is nice because they feel like their things aren't just being tossed, that they're going to still be with them and they can come up here and check out their books if they'd like. There's also some really nice armchairs in there and 2 computers that have internet access, which is also included when you move in here. There are some puzzles. Our residents love puzzles. A lot of those have also been donated. As you can see, there's some going on over there. And then we have some more tables back here, more of just a common area. They do play Uno here, just kind of as a meeting area. And then, as you said, the salon also is over here. It's a 2-person salon, 2-chair, 2-bowl sink. And directly behind it, they have a pedicure station and a manicure station, too. So we do that also.
Well, we're now in the 1st floor, which is probably the most popular place with the residents here. This is the dining hall, and Rachel will tell us a little bit about that.
So let me start directly off. From behind you is our sunroom, and we do have a book club that meets there once a month. It's a quaint little area. it's nice. You can open the door there in the summer, and there's heat there in the winter. So we really enjoy that space. As you said, it's vast through here. We've used this for a majority of things. We have the piano that's been used by different concert goer people that come and want to play the piano for our entertainment. Behind where the cooler is there, our grab and go, there's always something there, something fresh, whether it's fruit, whether it's a fruit cup, whether there's sandwiches. So if you would like to grab something in between meals, there's something there. There's juices, there's milks, that type of thing. And then there's a little area back there that we call the bistro. We're going to have that set up once we get going a little bit more. But there's going to, if you just want to hang out, almost like a coffee shop, for lack of a better word, we're going to have that in there. There's coffee and teas at the far end there. And then behind this wall is what we call it's a pub. And there's a TV in there. It almost has like a bar-like setting. There's some tables and stuff, but there's a U-shaped bar in there. We've used that for parties. We've used that for Steeler parties. Family members have come in and had birthday parties there. So that's a neat little space, too, kind of outside of the general dining area. So it's not just the dining area we've used it for. We're making blankets for Children's Hospital. So a lot of the ladies have come down here. As you can see, the tables are bigger, and we gather around and laugh and carry on and make blankets for Children's Hospital. So it's a great space more than just for dining.
Yeah, well, I would compare it to a cruise ship.
You
could always come down here and get something.
Something. There's always coffee. There's also, if you have a sweet tooth, they always have some sort of, whether it's a muffin or a cookie, that's also down there by the coffee machines. And they do make sugar-free and regular, because we have a few diabetic folks. So there's an option for everyone. So I'm here with Linda. She's our first resident we'll be talking to today. Linda heads up our exercise program in the morning, every morning at 9. God bless her. So I'm going to turn it over to Linda.
Actually, we have at least 6 people that are regular attendees. We work on balance because at our age we're all a little shaky. We do all different kinds of strength training with our rubber bands and our weights. We lift weights according to our ability, and we work hard, believe me, for at least 30 minutes. And I've had people here tell me they've really improved in their balance, and that's a big thing for us. We truly love our exercise program. We thank Rachel for supporting it.
Okay, my next resident is Marion, and Marion's going to talk to you a little bit about what brought her here and what she likes to do at the residence at Logan.
Hello, I'm Marion. I'm here about 6 weeks, and I just love it. This place is just wonderful for me. I came from a previous retirement home, and I wasn't happy. Retirement means to relax and enjoy life at my age, and it wasn't that so. Here I find that I have a lot of peace, and everyone is so wonderful. Everyone is congenial. They aim to please. And I feel that this is the place for me. The food is good. The help that we get from everything that we need is here for us. So I intend to spend the rest of my time at this wonderful place in Bethel.
Okay, my next young lady that we'll be talking to today is Lois. And Lois really is the heart of our community here. Like Linda had said, she keeps us all going and definitely keeps me on my toes.
I'm Lois, and I've been here since July, and I love it. It's the best place I've ever moved to, and I'm here to stay. I'm 19 years old, and I keep going to all the activities and anything that keeps me moving. The food is good. The staff is wonderful. I can't complain. Come and join us.
Okay, Rachel, I want to thank you for visiting with us today.
For sure.
And we wish you all the luck at the residence of Logan.
Thanks, Mayor.
And thank you for the tour.
Great.
And hopefully when the people see this on our cable station, they'll be knocking on your front door.
Sounds good. We'd love to have them.
Okay,
Thanks,
thank you
Mayor.
very much.
Take care.
Hi, Bethel Park. Uncle Al speaking. I'm asking you to come help us behind the scenes at BP TV. We're looking for some proud Bethel Park residents to help us make the shows that you want to watch. For more information, contact Station Director Dave Cable, and we will see you behind the cameras at BP TV.
Our next stop today is Evie's True Value on Route 88, and today I'm with Bob Schroeder. He's the general manager here. So, Bob, for the few people that don't know that Evie's True Value is a fixture here in Bethel Park, just tell us a little bit about how it started, when it started, and so on.
Well, Ed Evie started it back in 1953, and it's been a fixture ever since, just in the hardware retail line and helping customers and fixing their machines that they need fixed. They moved up here in the early 1960s at the present location, and we've been expanding ever since. We've expanded our parking lot so we can handle more bulk goods. We are now in the process of, we took over where Dugan Cleaners was, and it's going to be our repair center for lawnmowers and all our rental equipment that we do rent out. So it's an exciting time for us, and we keep growing and expanding what we can do for the residents of Bethel Park.
Yeah, I noticed that there's 4 storefronts next to this one, and you have using them for storage, or like you said, the repair shop that you're going to be building there. Yeah. What makes Evie's a little bit different from any other hardware store?
I think mainly it's the customer service. We have, besides myself, Andy's been here about 40 years. I'm going into my 30th year this year. One of my other managers, Doug, he's coming up on his 25th year. And it's the experience. We've been here a long time. We know what's going on. We know how to help people. And it's a relationship that we have with the customers that come in. A lot of them know us by name. They'll come in and ask for us. And, it's a good feeling.
Yeah.
It's nothing to be out at another store somewhere and they just yell, "Hey, Evie Hardware," or something like that. So,
well, I do notice when I come through the door, anybody else for that matter, someone is always there to say, "What can I help you with?" and guide you in the right direction.
Yeah, and we've been a home for high school kids working here, whether it's the girls or guys now. We train them and get them to step in the right direction before they go off to college, and then we bring in the next wave of them.
Yeah.
Some of the kids have termed it Evie University, so it's pretty funny, and they're all said for be homeowners, so they know how to fix stuff.
Well, so when you mentioned the training, when people come in here, do they have a background to help people find what they're looking for, or do you teach?
No, most of them we have to teach. A lot of the high school kids, they're so busy now. They're in so many activities. A lot of the basic hardware stuff they're not familiar with. A lot of them never seen underneath a sink. Unless they're getting out some cleaners or something like that. No. Let alone how to fix a drain or or the inside of a toilet, anything like that. It's up to us to train them so they know to ask the right questions and they know what's going wrong with the product so they can get it fixed properly.
And I've been coming in here myself for 30 years, and it just seems like you see the same people. So there's nobody that can't help you, and I'm sure if someone has a question, then they know exactly who to go to also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And a lot of the college kids that we get, when they have spring breaks or fall breaks, they come back and want to work some hours and stuff like that. So it's a good crew that we have. It does turn over with, when they go off to college and stuff. But, if you train them correctly, it's definitely good for the customers.
Well, I know that, Andy has a full schedule himself, being on television once a week and the radio on Saturdays. Plus, he does a lot for the cable station. Mm-hmm. And he'll probably may or may not see the show. So if you want to say anything about Andy, now would be the good time, and we won't tell him that it's on.
Well, I've known Andy myself since 1985. He was actually my youth group leader between St. Joan and St. Valentine. And he hired me in 1988 here, and supported me while I went to college and everything. And he offered me a position when I was done, and it was something I couldn't refuse. And we've been friends ever since. But anymore, just trying to keep up with him and his schedule. He does so many seminars, and a lot of it's just educating people what's out there. We have specific products that work a very specific way, and people don't know they do that. And that's the thing. That's what he's getting out there. I think the TV show, the PTL that he does, has really opened up a lot of eyes on different products and to make life easier for people. And then the radio show is just a great hour of listening. People call in and, hey, I'm having that same problem, and then they can listen to the answer.
Right.
But he volunteers so much. We try to help out with the community, which is obvious. He's everywhere if you kind of look around.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And he was on the Bethel Park Community Foundation, and I think he's still involved with it.
He is.
There's always some type of event he's doing. Whether he's holding the food tasting one in the fall, and so
it just seems like every event that I go to, and he's there also.
Yeah.
So I think he gets the invitation before I do, actually.
He might.
Yeah. So, okay. Do you want to show us around a little bit? Well, first of all, I wanted to mention that I do know that in the wintertime you have plenty of salt out in the bins for drivers.
And that's one of the key things that we do. We stock salt until March. Our residents, it doesn't stop snowing in January, and we hear all the time, oh, this store's out of it, this store's out of it. Well, we don't want to run out of it. Our customers need salt. It snows till March most cases. We've had a couple mild ones, but in most cases you get a little bit.
Right.
And we want to have the product for the customers. We don't want them walking in the door looking for something. Already we've had a 1/4-inch ice storm, and we've had the products here for it.
Right. Yeah. And then once the salt goes, then the mulch comes in.
Yep.
So it's a 4-season shop here, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So
and that's just us trying to evolve and offer more products and stuff, along with our rental. We have our party tents that we do in the summertime for graduation parties. That's become a very big thing for us, and we actually have a lot of college kids that come back, and they want to run our tent cruise, and they're very organized. They make sure it happens, that there's no hiccups, because a graduation party is a big deal for a lot of people, and the one thing we don't want them to worry about is us showing up, us setting up the tent, and having any issues.
Right.
So
okay. Mm-hmm. Well, at this point, if there's something you'd like to show us around in the store, would appreciate that.
I can give you a quick tour around. Back in the end of 2015, we actually remodeled the store. We redid the whole store. Literally moved everything on people. There was only like 2 things that stayed in the same place, and which is pretty funny for customers. We tell them, oh, now you got to ask for help again, because a lot of them knew where the stuff was. It's we moved our paint section up front, which is a big thing. True Value Easy Care paint is amazing. It's always high in consumer reports, but if you haven't used it yet, you need to use it. It is a very consumer-friendly paint. It makes it look like it's extremely easy to paint. It dries evenly, covers very well. That is definitely one thing we like to push. It's a product that works well.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'm standing in front of some of our rental items that we rent out during the year. We have a full line of rental items. Right here next to me is our jackhammer, which is one of the more fun tools that you could play with. We have all the nailers and accessories for that. Along with, we have everything for snakes, for your drain lines if they back up. And then once spring comes, we have all your equipment for that, along with thatchers, tillers, aerators, everything to get your lawn looking great. One of our new sections that we created with our remodel this year, or 2 years ago, is 24 feet of power tool accessories. All the drill bits, Sawzall blades, circular saw blades you need, including the bits for all your drills. And then on my left side, your right, is all the hand tools all the way down. And that is about 40 feet worth of tools. We were able to expand that section and give you more options and more tools for you to purchase. The aisle I'm in right now is our seasonal aisle, and currently it has all the snow shovels and snow tools that you need, the snow brushes for your car, ice scrapers. This aisle gets turned over about 3 times during the year, where we have grill accessories and then fall Christmas items, stuff like that. We have 5 aisles dedicated to lawn and garden during the season, during the spring and summer. We are very large and organic now. We carry Jonathan Green fertilizer, something to look forward to help your lawn. It's one of those products that feed from the roots up, so you don't get a quick green, but eventually it'll become a healthier lawn where that makes the grass grow stronger. During our fall season, we have our Thanksgiving Day sale. In this aisle in particular, we'll have lots of Christmas gifts for it and ideas for the dads and the moms. We do a lot of specialty gifts this time of year that we don't carry year round. And we get to do a lot of special orders for people looking for very specific items also. I'm in the back of the store now. The one section that we moved was our light bulbs. We have 28 feet of light bulbs now. It's amazing how many different kinds there are, especially in the LED line. Coming March, we will have a brand new set of all the new LED light bulbs. A lot more options for people for different type of light fixtures that they have.
Well, Bob, thank you for the tour of the store, answering the questions that we have. Tell us a little bit about EV Hardware, and certainly we've learned that it's a hardware store for all seasons, so we wish you all the luck.
Yeah, thank you for doing it. It's great having you.
Well, thank you for tuning in for another episode of Good Work. Today we went at the residents of Logan and EV True Value Hardware. We appreciate their involvement in the Chamber of Commerce, and we will see you at our next episode.